Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about CCNA 200-301. We're going to be covering the full course. To begin, we need to download Cisco Packet Tracer. We're going to be covering the whole tutorial about network engineering. So if you have interest in network engineering, how to create network, how to secure a network, how to or the basic and the in-depth understanding of how networking works in IT industry, this is a place for you. So to begin, let's start by downloading Packet Tracer. What is Packet Tracer, first of all? Packet Tracer is a simulation software. In network engineering, there's what we call hands-on and it's called simulation. Hands-on is when you actually buy the switches, the routers, and the computers and practice if you want or create or network them together. While simulation is you downloading Cisco Packet Tracer or other network engineering simulation software, then practicing or creating network, testing a network and see how it's going to work if it was in real life. One of the benefits of using simulation software is that there's room for error and there's room for easily detecting those errors. Unlike hands-on, hands-on is more like a real life situation. It's if you're really good in network engineering, if you're really good in securing or networking a computer or whatever, it's going to be easy for you. But for beginners, it's going to be difficult in especially troubleshooting a network. But with simulation software, there is chance for you to make error and correct your errors on time. So let's begin. Go on your browser and type download Packet Tracer. Once you do that, most times people or most people recommend you download from the Cisco website, but I think these days I don't know what's wrong with them, so they just make the whole thing difficult to download. So I'm just going to use an alternative. Let's click on this guys at the bottom here. Let's download this first one here at the bottom. And there you have it, downloading. And we've successfully downloaded Cisco Packet Tracer. Let's go ahead and install it now. All right, we've successfully installed Cisco Packet Tracer. So this is the simulation software almost everyone in the world uses for network engineering practice. So here with this simulation software, we can create a network, troubleshoot a network, and learn how a network works. Most experts they use real software like real devices, but since this is a beginner tutorial, we're going to be using simulation software. Maybe along the line we might use real life switches and routers and computers, but for now, let's stick to simulation software. So before we begin, let me bring your attention to options and preference. On preference, most computers, if you install Cisco Packet Tracer, this show device model label is always turned off. It's always turned off. But for this situation, it's turned on, which is great, which is very good. Now, if you go to fonts, okay, size is good. Size 10 is good. So I think this is okay. We're just gonna close this since everything is okay. Now, for this tutorial, we're gonna be creating a basic network. A basic network. How do we do that? Or before we do that, let me show you the various devices we have in this simulation software. If you scroll down, just watch my mouse. If you move down to the bottom left, you should see this here. It says network devices. Under network devices, we have the routers, the switches, the hub, the wireless devices. This is a firewall, and this is a wide area network, or WAN as we call it. So, in case you were asked in class, what are network devices? Routers, switches, hub, firewalls, and all of that. Now, if you go to the next option here, which says end devices includes your cell phone, your laptop, your desktop, your servers, your office phone, your TV, your tablet, and all of that. For this tutorial, I'm not going to go in depth in all of this. I'm just going to show you the basics. Next, we have the connections with Thunderbolt sign here. We have the connections. We have the console cable, the straight through cable. We have the crossover cable, and we have the fiber optics, and all this will be discussed later when we get deeper in the tutorial. But for now, these are the basics. These are the basics, you know. So let's create a basic network. This network will require two desktop or laptop, which I prefer desktop anyway, two desktop computers and a switch and a router. So to get your desktop, remember, click on end devices. End devices include your desktop and your laptop. Then click on PC, personal computer. Click on it. Click on another one. Let's create two. Then we need a server. So sorry, we need a switch. I say server. We need a switch. So go to your network devices. At the bottom of network devices, click on switches. Then click on the 2960 switch. It is very common everywhere. Then also we need a router to connect us to the internet. So click on router and click on 291100. So it's 2911 router. Click on 2911 router. Then now these are the devices we need to connect together. So to connect them, go to your connections, click on your straight through cable, then begin to connect. Fast Ethernet, connect to Fast Ethernet 01. The same thing. Sorry. Okay, let me point this out now. When when connecting computers in Cisco Packet Tracer and you don't want to be clicking, come here, click again, come here, click, hold your control, then click on your cable or whatever you want to do. Then you don't have to keep coming back and clicking again. Just hold your control and click once and you should be done. Click on this. Click on this other one also. J01 and J01 as well. And there you have it. This is a basic network. We have two end devices and two network devices. This PC might be in the office at the 12th floor of the building, and this PC might also be at the 10th floor of the building, while this switch can be anywhere. It doesn't matter. So this is a basic network, a basic network. In the next tutorial, I'm going to go in depth of what the cables are, what the devices are, what's the switch, what's the router, what the cables are, and how we connect these cables. How do I know that I have to click on okay, how do I know that I have to click on, okay, say, let me remove, let's remove, this cable, for instance. Then let's click on this. How do I know that I have to click on this fast Ethernet 0? How do I know? And how do I know I have to connect it to fast Ethernet 01 as well? All this will be discussed in the next tutorial. But for now, this is what a basic networking this is a basic network. This is how what a basic network looks like. Nothing difficult, nothing complex, just basic. Along the line, we're going to be discussing about other things about network engineering. In fact, there is a how to configure a network as well. How to configure a network using command line interface, or what they call it CLI. So we're going to go in depth, but for now, this is the basic of the whole network. So see you in the next video.